Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Saturday Morning Coffee with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do, I'm Leon. I'm the trainer here over at Back to Basics Dog Training. Excuse me. And each and every Saturday morning, I bring you this live free Q&A dog training seminar session, whatever you want to call it. And the beauty of this format is there are absolutely no dog training questions off limits. This is a transparent thing. Ask your questions. I'm going to give you the best possible answer I can. It could be about the tools. It could be about methods. It could be about anything. So please feel free to join me. And again, for those who are watching, put your comments down. Let me know where you're watching from. Give me a shout out. Say, hey, what's up, whatever. It does my heart good. Also, just a reminder to mark your calendars, no matter where you're watching from across the country, around the world, or whatever, on October 28th at 6:30 p.m. It's a Friday evening. I will be holding a free live Mastering the Walk Back to Basics style seminar. Good morning, Patrice. Thank you for the referral, by the way. I got a privilege of doing my first training session with your neighbors with their dog, and I really appreciate the referral. But this free seminar is going to be geared towards what I talk about every week, mastering the walk. My 5 steps of mastering the walk back to basic style that I have up on YouTube. It'll be a lot more in depth. There'll be a slideshow presentation, which you guys. Well, Jill, thank you for being a first-time watcher. I don't know if that's the right words. Where you watching from, Jill? It'd be great to know. So that free seminar will be broadcasted live on my Facebook page, Remember Me Rescues Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, as well as my YouTube channel. And the beauty is how I'm going to design it is there'll be a live studio audience. Hello, Maria and Michael. How are you guys? I miss you. The beauty of this seminar is I will be answering questions not only from the live studio audience, I'll be answering questions from the virtual audience. So it's going to be a very informative 2 hours of really delving into what I talk about the most, which is mastering the walk. I talk about it constantly, how walking a dog is the foundation to start that journey. It's the starting block for the journey that we go on when we train our dogs, and it's a journey that we should enjoy. And if you're not walking your dog and not enjoying walking your dog, or if you're walking a dog, which is a lot of work, instead of walking with your dog, which is enjoyable, this seminar is geared for you guys because it's going to take you step by step by step by step by step on how to have that calm, happy walk with your dogs. So I posted the event up on my Facebook page. Please go to it. It's Back to Basics Dog Training SC for those who are watching from other sites. And mark that you're going. Put it on your calendars, guys. It'll be a great event. And like I said, it's live. So anybody in the, Fort Mill, Charlotte, whatever area around here in the Carolinas, you're more than welcome to come. No dogs are permitted. The venue I'm using will not allow dogs in. I will have a dog there that I will be doing a demo with. It's not my dog, Zoe. It's somebody's dog who does have an issue walking, gets overexcited with people. So it's a great event for this dog and for that person who's kind enough to let me use their dog as my guinea pig when I do this. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to get into the topic of the week that I always start with. But again, if you have any questions, type them in. Let me know that let me know your questions. I can stop the topic once I finish a specific point, and I'll get to your questions. So with that being said, I had the privilege this week of working with a dog that was, and this is going to sound weird because I'm using the word privilege in this, that was abused. It's a malnutrition dog. I'm sure there was some other type of abuse going on there. A dog, in my opinion, that should weigh 80 to 100 pounds is probably about 45 pounds. It's skin and bones. But the beauty of him is he is still a happy-go-lucky dog. Even though humans mistreated him, he's malnutritioned. I was thinking of posting a photo up here as I was talking, but I decided against it. This dog, Gordon, is, for everything he's gone through, guys, it's phenomenal. he still loves people. He wants to cuddle. He wants to give kisses. He wants to be pet. Um, it's actually a beautiful thing to watch because he shouldn't trust us. I mean, we're the ones who put him in this position where, like I said, he should be a 80 to 100 pound dog, and he weighs about 45 pounds right now. Yes, you do the same. So here's what I learned. I love rescue groups. I love foster people. It's a hard job to foster dogs. And especially when you're dealing with dogs that were abused. And even if they never hit the dog or kicked the dog or did any of that type of stuff, malnutrition is abuse. Period, end of discussion. So it's a form of abuse. The dog did not get fed properly, if at all, based on what I'm looking at. And fosters have a hard job. I mean, it's an emotional job. It's an emotional responsibility, but it's a responsibility nonetheless. And even though these dogs have a past, and I've said this before on this platform, guys, we got to stop living in their past, feeling sorry for them, their past. We have to, because again, this is a journey we're going on. And the fostering, when a rescue rescues a dog, that's the beginning. The next step is the foster. And the foster has to, in my world, has to prepare the dog for the next phase of its journey, which is to get to its forever home and have a happy, balanced life that the dog does, needs. And it's hard to see behind me here, but that bottom line there says, I am 100% committed to bringing your dogs back to balance. And it starts for rescue dogs at fostering. And it's so great that fosters do this. And it's a hard job. Like I said, I don't know if I could foster. I'd probably fail. I'd take every freaking dog in. That's just how I am. Good morning, Judy. How are you and Hal? So what a foster really needs to do is when they decide they're going to foster, they're going to bring a dog in, be it an abused dog or not an abused dog, but especially with a dog with a past, is they have to set it up on this journey for success. And that's by setting clear rules, boundaries, and limitations. I know the human emotion. Believe it or not, guys, I am human. I have human emotions. But when I looked at Gordon, unlike most people, I didn't look at an emaciated dog. I didn't look at the skin and the bones. I looked at in his eyes, and I saw a beautiful soul there. And what his soul was telling me was, I need guidance. I need rules. I need to know where I stand in this world so I can be happy and balanced, because that's what Mother Nature is about. And as much as it breaks my heart that he had to go through this, instead of saying, oh my God, you poor baby, you were malnutrition and you this, that, and the other thing, my first thought when I saw him was, dude, you survived. You are so strong. And he got it, because I took him out and I set a clear, thank you, Jill. I set it, I set the rules the moment I met him. And he was in a cage, in his crate, which was a beautiful thing. And of course, I come in and he's excited, a human. That why he trusts us, I don't know, because I wouldn't trust somebody who didn't feed me. But okay, I looked at him and I opened up the cane, door of the cage, and he wanted to come right out and say hi to me. And I'm like, no, dude, we got to slow this process down a little bit. And I actually shut the door, not to slam it on his face, just say, hey, you come out when I tell you to come out. It's okay. I'm going to guide you. I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to guide him on success. And it was beautiful, because within seconds, this dog, I have to assume, as much as I don't like thinking about their past, that if the dog is that emaciated, he doesn't know anything. Nobody taught him anything, but they're smart animals. They're beautiful creatures that have an intelligence factor that they can read things without me saying anything. And I just shut it. I said my nope, because that's what I do. And within seconds, he kind of got it. I saw his mind working like, okay, I really want to get out and see this human. How do I do this? And what he did is, after the second or third time of him trying to come out as soon as I opened the door, he backed up and he sat. I didn't say it to sit. I didn't ask him to do anything. I just didn't want him coming forward through the door without me guiding him. And he got it. I'm going to say that whole process lasted less than 5 minutes. And I was able to now put my leash on him comfortably. And I brought him to the door to go to the outside, the backyard, the fenced in area. And I started my threshold management. I actually started my threshold management in the crate because I wouldn't let him pass that threshold in an excited state of mind. And again, this dog that I have to assume knows nothing that I'm asking him to do because nobody took the time, I'm assuming. And I hate that word assuming, but I don't know how else to say it. And then the next thing I did the threshold management at the door, the back door, going out to the yard, out to the smells, out to the grass, out to the place where it should be a lot of fun. But I had to set that, hey, guy, Gordon, I'm going to guide you. You're going to have fun. You're going to smell. You're going to pee. You're going to poop. You're going to do whatever you want to do within reason. But I'm going to guide you through this journey. And he got it. Guys, I think I made one correction at the back door to the point where I walked out and I just invited him. Didn't say much to him. Just with a little bit of leash pressure, he came out. He followed me outside. Didn't drag me down the stairs. Didn't get crazy. And then I walked him. Just in a circle around the yard. It wasn't a big yard, but it was okay. And then I started just testing to see how intelligent he is. And I let him get 6 feet in front of me, and I'm like, Gordon, come. And I had a little bit of leash pressure, and he came right over to me, and I praised him, and I pet him, and I had a great time with him. And then I did that a bunch of times, and it was I saw the light in his eyes, like he appreciated the calm confidence I had. And you guys have heard me talk about the 3 C's of dog training: calm, confidence equals control. And you can see it in his eyes. This skinny dog, I mean, he's skin and bones, but his head is normal and his eyes are normal and his brain is normal. And he started to understand me without me talking to him. And it was beautiful to see because I let him out a little bit further and then I called him and then I gave him some direction. When he came to me, I asked him to sit. So when he came to me and he sat, I gave him the affection, I gave him the love, I gave him what he wanted. And he was enjoying working with me. And then right after, I mean, you're talking this whole process, maybe 5 minutes. I don't remember exactly because, I'm stuck in the moment. So time is irrelevant to me at that point. I invited his foster mom out with her dog because there was an issue that was misinterpreted, in my opinion, and again, you guys all know me, I'm very blunt. There were no rules set for Gordon when he first came to the house last Sunday, and I worked with him Thursday, so there was 4 days. There was absolutely no rules, and he was allowed to get a connection with her other dog or other dogs or whatever, and he didn't know what to do. So he did have a pack member before he was rescued. I think had a very good bond to it, but they did separate him, which is fine. And he would try to lean on this other dog. I think, in my opinion, it was for comfort because he probably got used to the survival mode. And together, him and his sister, I think it was, were stronger together. So they had this bond. But because there were no rules and he was allowed to do certain things, he did these things in the house. And I wasn't there. I'm going to assume I know what happened. The existing dog in the house probably didn't really like being leaned on like that. Now, this existing dog is a love bug, guys. I mean, bonded with me instantly, wanted to do nothing but give me kisses and affection. And it was really great to see, but understood when I said, hey, right now I want my personal space. She respected that, which was beautiful to see as well. So there was an incident where I don't know what happened. I think Gordon tried to dominate her and had her pinned down because she probably said, hey, don't lean on me. And he said, screw you. I need this for my protection. And he pinned her down by the throat. Now, mind you, Gordon is a big dog. I don't care if he's skinny, but he's a big dog with a big head and a big mouth and all that. He did not break skin. So it wasn't that he was trying to hurt her. He wasn't trying to do anything but dominate her and say, I'm telling you what to do. He took a role. He doesn't want the job. I'm telling you now because I saw it in his eyes. And then, of course, mom had a hard time separating them because energy was high. Mom came in with higher energy, which escalated here, which escalated here, which escalated here, till we can't do anything. And eventually, with a hose, was able to separate them. But the problem is, they separated, but the mind still stayed way elevated. Her dog, the female, ran. The Gordon Chase got again, started the process over again, because once they were separated, it was too hard to get control to get them into a calm state of mind. So within a few minutes, I had mom bring out her existing dog on a leash. We were on leashes, everything was safe. And I wanted to see how Gordon's reaction to it. And the first thing I noticed is he wants to be friends. He wants to be friends. He just doesn't have it. Period. End of discussion. He just doesn't know how to. So I'm sure he uses his size to help control. My issue at that point was not so much with Gordon or the other dog. It was more the issue of mom's energy was powerful in not a good way for me. So we did things from a distance, and I observed and I watched and I saw. And every time this emaciated, abused dog would have an unwanted motion or look or whatever that I didn't like, I just simply, with you guys know me, simple leash correction, nope. Till he got it where he stopped it. He wanted to go play, and I'm like, no, we're on leashes now. This isn't time to play. This is a time for you to be respectful. And he got it. And we went through the process, and we started off at the distance, and I did my normal routine. I walked a little closer and closer. And I noticed as I walked closer and closer, mom's nerves got a little bit more anxious, or whatever words we want to use. And actually, she kind of walked away. She didn't even know she was doing it. But that was her instincts, and that I appreciate people's instincts. My job is to guide them through those instincts for a better way to coexist with Mother Nature. To the point, and I'm going to shorten this up a little bit, guys, is what I noticed is her dog, the dog that was attacked, laid down. And my mind goes right to, well, if her dog thought that Gordon was a threat, there's no way in hell they're going to lay down and make themselves vulnerable to a dog they perceive as a threat. And not only did she lay down with her back towards Gordon. So it was one of two things was going on in that moment. She trusted Gordon or she trusted me. And I think it was a combination of both. Because my energy never changed. If Gordon did something, I just made a very calm correction. Remember, calm control equals calm confidence equals control. And every little, I don't care if it was a little look that I didn't care for. There was times he did that, but there were other times when he did that stare, but you saw his nose trying to smell. Good morning, Michelle, Rob, Athena, and Bergen. I saw his nose twitching, and Mom was concerned because she saw that stare. He was focused, but his ears were back. His tail was straight down, not tucked, not high, nothing. And his nose was twitching. Nose twitching is good because that's, okay, who is this? What are they doing? What did they eat this morning? Whatever. He was getting his environment. And it was actually good, so I didn't correct it. And Mom was a little confused because she saw the stare. She saw the eyes. Good morning, Jenna. She saw the eyes, but she didn't see the whole picture. And that's the beauty. It's a picture. It's a painting. And like I said, his ears were down. They weren't tense. His tail's straight down, not tense. His nose was twitching. Nose twitching is a good thing because he's smelling. And that's what dogs understand. Nose, eyes, ears. Remember that, guys. It's important for us to understand that dogs should be smelling. Long story short, guys, by the end of the session, the evaluation, I should say, both dogs were laying down. Both dogs were calm. Mom was calm. I was calm. Beautiful. Did not let the dogs interact any other than that. I will not do that for the sake of the dogs. I will have to bring somebody with me and have Mom out of the picture for a little bit. And we will get them together eventually in a controlled environment Nobody's ever going to get hurt in my watch. Michelle, I will get to your question in a second. I just want to wrap up the story. So afterwards, I brought Gordon back in, and one of Mom's fears was, in order to get back into the house, they had to pass where Gordon's cage was, and she was nervous about this. So I said, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to walk into your own house like you own your own house with the confidence, head up, chest out, once I get Gordon into the cage, and just come in. Totally ignore Gordon. Your focus is to get into your living room from the backyard. That's what you're going to do. I put Gordon, I let him have some water because it was a little hot out, so he needed some water. And then the next thing is, after he got the water, I told him, I don't know what he knows now at this point. I'm like, Gordon, kennel up, because that's what I use. And of course, no leash on. He kind of tried to get back to the back door, and I kind of just grabbed his collar, and I said, pointed to the kennel. I said, kennel up, and he went right in and settled down. I shut the kennel. I told Mom to come in. She did a decent job. She came in like she was semi-confident, but she came in at 100 miles an hour to the point where she forgot to shut the back door, but she made improvements, so I was very happy. She went in. She walked right past the cage with her dog and didn't look at Gordon, didn't acknowledge Gordon, and just did what she had to do. But unfortunately, it was a little too rushed, so the energy wasn't there, but she was learning. So the reason I'm going through this story, guys, is, especially for the Fosters, I know you want to love these dogs. I know you want to hug and kiss them and make them feel so safe. And it's really important that we do. But let's do it in a dog way, is what I'm asking you to do. And in a dog way, in Mother's Nature way, in the animal kingdom's way, whatever way you want to say it, it's all about setting clear boundaries, rules, boundaries, and limitations for this new dog. And that's giving them the decompression time, which could take 2 weeks to X amount of time. Don't let them have free run of your house. Keep them in a safe environment, which should be their crate. Work with them. Introduce them to other pack members slowly and calmly. They will succeed, because as a foster, if I foster, my job is to bring this dog on the journey to get into their forever home, to have that happy, balanced life that I want them to have. So I hope, guys, this made sense. Don't worry about Gordon. He is going to succeed. He's going to get proper vet care, probably for the first time in his life. Once he's up to weight, he will get neutered, and he will have a happy, balanced life. So, Michelle, thank you for your question. Guys, thank you for letting me go on my tangent, but it's so important we understand that these dogs need us to be that calm, control, confident pack leader they need us to be. Bergen is a whiner. Oh, I hate whining. High-pitched whining, constant, even when doesn't have to go out. How do we stop this? She will growl out of it. Will she grow out of it? Growl. Well, it shows you where my head is. She won't grow out of it if you don't disagree with it. And the best way to do that, of course, guys, is leash. She starts whining for no reason, disagree with it, and stay consistent. Don't overthink, why is she whining? You know her schedule now. You've had her long enough. You know when she needs to go out for potty breaks or whatever. So don't read too much into the whining. It's more of mommy pick me up type of probably whine. I want the attention. I want the affection. I want. She's a spoiled, rotten kid, and you got to start saying no. And how do you do that? Again, your leash should be your best friend, Michelle. You put the leash on. Just have it on. She starts whining. First, of course, try your nope. If that doesn't work, pop it a leash, repeat the nope until she understands. Oh, every time I do, I get this. Okay, never mind. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm in the process of actually doing this with a dog I know because whining is so annoying. Yeah, well, she ignores you and when you ignore her, she gets louder. Because she's not getting what she thinks she deserves, which is your affection. That's why it's more important to do the discipline than give the affection. And then give her the affection when she stops whining. So it's going to be a lot of time. She's going to whine. Nope. She stops whining. Good. Oh, wait. I didn't make that sound. I made the sound. I got this uncomfortable feeling. I didn't make the sound. They're happy. Okay. Whining when they play with the toys is normal. Zoe kind of does that a lot too. but we'll keep it up and be consistent. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be consistent. And remember, you guys, you can have 2 good weeks where everything seems good, and then they're going to test us. And those are the biggest challenges, because if you pass that test, it's over. It just, remember, you have to be confident in what you're doing. Once you get that confidence in what you're doing and you stay calm, you do get the control you want, guys. I know this. I've done this enough. Like I said, the house, when I had the privilege of working with Gordon, I disciplined the existing dog because she was a little pulley on the leash, too much for because at one point I did take both leashes just to show mom I can have them within, 3-foot area and they're fine together. But she did try pulling. She did try have some unwanted behaviors in my world. In the house, she tried to come on my lap a few times and I disciplined her. But she still gravitated to me. Why? Because discipline equals love. I can't stress this enough. But it has to be discipline done with the right energy. And that's that calm confidence that I talk about week in, week out. And it works. It works every single time. I've yet to find where it doesn't work. What do you do when Macy refuses to walk? She will sit down nicely and not move. So what you need to do at that point is something I call leash pressure. Because she's telling you, I don't want to do this, doesn't mean if you want to walk, you're in charge, you're the pack leader. So you take a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to use my shirt. And if she's going to hold a foot-pound pressure, this way, I'm going to hold a 1.5 foot this way. And then as soon as I get any motion, I may say calm or whatever word I want to use. I may not say anything. And then what you do is as soon as you see any motion, forward motion, sideways motion, I don't care, motion, because you're not dragging her. You're just trying to unlock her brain. Good. And then you go forward again. It's called pressure release theory. So you hold the pressure until you see motion, and then you release the pressure instantly, praise, and then go back to what you want to do. In this case, we do the walk. I don't know why dogs do it. And again, because I don't like to question why. We just need to unlock their brain. For whatever reason, at that particular time, Macy's brain gets locked. I couldn't tell you why for the life of me. But it doesn't matter why. My job is to unlock the brain. So I hold that little bit of leash pressure, and it may take a while. And then, if she starts fighting more, I hold a little bit more leash pressure until I get the forward motion. Once I do, good. And then I continue my journey. I don't make a big deal out of it, but I do praise. And I continue to walk. And I just go with it. And I go, and they usually unlock the brain. It may take 1 or 2 times. Usually, very rarely does it ever take 3 times of doing it. So I hope that makes sense. I know I'll be up in New York. I'm going to be working on my schedule next week. And I'll be reaching out to you, Patrice, to set up, a one-on-one follow-up. Family I nanny for got a doodle puppy, now 9 months, not properly trained. Upon entering, mouths horribly jumps. Yep, I'm so sick of it. I walk in now with a toy or a bone to stick in her mouth. So, yep, she's not attacking me despite her control. Well, one thing is doodles are high-energy dogs, guys. I mean, it's just their nature. But, again, they need clear rules, boundaries, and limitations. And the first rule this dog needs to understand is calm is good. This dog does not understand what calm is based on what you're telling me, the jumping, the mouthing. And it's painful. When a dog mouths you, it hurts. I mean, nobody wants that. And their claws can cut you, and it's just horrible. The parents have to learn how to control the dog. Unfortunately, Jill, I don't think this is your job. You're the nanny. And I understand why you're giving a bone or a treat or something to redirect them, to redirect her. But that's not training. That's just really redirecting. You don't jump on me, I give you this. But there's definitely some training that can go in. And I would suggest maybe if you have a very good relationship with the family, is tell them to go to my YouTube channel, the playlist on how to leash train your dog. It's all about calm. Episode 2 is threshold management. I use it for the walk, but it's also about getting people into the homes. So what they have to do is set the dog up for success, which is have somebody ring the doorbell, knock on the door, come in the door. They have the dog on the leash, and nobody's allowed to greet this dog until the state of mind. They have to learn to reward the calm. please have them reach out to me, because that's not a healthy way for a dog to live, guys. I don't know if people understand that. Jill, you can have them reach out to me at the information now. I forgot I changed my camera here. Right over here. Have them text me at the 631-514-9128 or info@backtobasicsdogtraining.com. I can give them advice on that. If we have to do a one-on-one private session, we can do that. We can do Zoom. Guys, I don't know if you're aware of it. And Patrice is actually a really good example of it. Patrice, we did our training session here on Facebook one day, and she has made huge progress with Macy, just based on the virtual. We're going to have our first session, hopefully, when I come up to New York. But I can guide you through Zoom or Google Meet or Facebook Rooms or whatever the heck these things are, even FaceTime if you're a fellow iPhone user. Virtual sessions are economically efficient, guys. And it's not, because dog training is not always about the dog trainer being hands-on. It's understanding the behaviors of the dogs and understanding the psychology of the dogs and what are they saying, what are they communicating, how can we communicate better. You don't necessarily need me. And like I said, Zoom sessions, and I'm just going to call them that, are so economically efficient because I sit here. I don't have to travel. So why should I charge you as if I was coming to your home? To me, it doesn't make sense. I try to do things as fair as possible with people. But Jill, have them reach out to me, because even if they're not here local in the South Carolina, North Carolina area, I can still help them via Zoom or via whatever these platforms are. But have them watch episode 2 of my How to Leash Train My Dog in 5 Easy Steps. Threshold management is so huge, guys. But I would definitely start. And you're allowed, Jill, even though you're a guest, because I do it. Maybe I'm not allowed. Maybe I don't care. But I look out for what's right, for what I want is respect. Because a dog that jumps on me and mouths me does not respect me. And I'm somebody who does, I don't want to say command respect, because I don't know if that's the right words, but that's what I'm going to use. So if a dog tries to jump on me, I will put my knee up to block, not to knee the dog. But at the same time, I'm going to be, no. Because I'm allowed to claim my personal space, even as a guest in somebody's house. And if they don't like it, I'll leave, because I love dogs. I don't like them jumping on me. I definitely don't like them mouthing me. And I've been known to do a touch. My hand becomes a mouth, and I'll nip them with my hand, not to bite them, not to hurt them, not to scare them. But I do it still with calm confidence. So you can do that. You can walk in, or if your hands are free, walk in and literally just walk right through the dog as she's jumping with a no, and just go like you own the place. It's another method. It does work on some dogs. I'm not going to say it works on all dogs. The best thing for this dog is mom and dad have to learn how to say this is an unacceptable behavior, because the child or children that you're being a nanny for, wouldn't be allowed to jump on people like that. Why is the dog allowed? So I hope that makes sense. It's definitely something that can be fixed. It's an easy fix if people stay consistent. So guys, I hope you understood why I went through the story of Gordon. I hope it gives you some insight on how even this emaciated dog, this abused dog, still has trust in humans. So the beauty of them, unlike us, somebody did them wrong, but they still trust. And they needed the guidance. What Gordon didn't need was the love and affection that the human way. And there's a huge difference. Love and affection in the dog world or in the animal world is about rules, boundaries, and limitations. Set the structure, set them on a better path for this journey that we take. And once you do that, you will get unconditional love from the dog. And it doesn't matter what their past is, because they live in the moment, which we need to learn how to do. They live in the moment. They will look. Gordon looked at me by 15, 20 minutes into what I was doing. And if his eyes can tell a story, he was looking at me and saying, thank you for understanding me. I will give him your info. I'm in Rhode Island. I have been there 4 years and always say she needs training. Thank you very much. You're quite welcome. Tell them to join me. Tell them to join. Find my Facebook page. Tell them to get on there because I do this platform every week. Also, again, I said in the beginning, guys, on October 28th at 6:30, I will be public out there live doing my Master in the Walk Back to Basic Style 2-hour seminar free of charge to anybody who wants to join. And we're going to have a live studio audience. We're going to put this out virtually on the Facebook platforms, YouTube platforms, whatever other platform I can figure out how to get onto. And we're going to take questions from the live audience. We're going to take questions from the virtual audience. We're going to have so much fun with this. It's going to be ridiculous. My goal is, I said 2 hours. I'm hoping to go 4 because I want to get the word out there that my methods of walking a dog will save not only your shoulders, but will help you have that happy, balanced life that you and your dog so deeply, deeply want together. So it doesn't matter if they're in Rhode Island. A Zoom session can help them. Guys, we're trying to set this up for success. I don't go through Rhode Island. No. I was trying to think when I go up north, but no, I'm not going through Rhode Island. So guys, I hope you got something out of this today. And, I know I talk about discipline a lot on this platform, and I talk about, this whole thing. But discipline, remember, guys, equals love every single time, if done right. Hi, I'm from New York City. Love this session. Just saw it pop up on my Facebook. Well, Victoria, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I do this platform each and every week. Just point of reference, guys, because I forgot to say this in the beginning. Next Saturday, I will be traveling. I still will do a live. I may postpone it till about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Saturday, because at 11 o'clock I'll be on the road, but I still want to bring this platform to you. So I'm going to push it off. I will, once I get there and I get settled where I am, I'm going to put it out on my Facebook page what time I'm going to go live. So please mark your calendars so I don't want you waiting here at 11 o'clock Saturday morning for me. It will be later in the day. I forced our pup here. This is great, very helpful. Yeah, guys, I also have a video on my YouTube channel, how to introduce a dog to the home. And now I talk about it as if it's an only dog, but it works for multiple dogs if you just follow the steps there. I think if you look for the thumbnail, it's 2 dogs shaking hands because they're getting to know each other. Good morning, Rosanna. We have a 3-year-old Bernedoodle rescue who was abused. We had a biting issue we thought was over, but he bit me a couple of days ago. Okay, so Roseanne, my first question to you is, I'm sorry your dog bit you. Dogs are not born aggressive. Aggression is an outcome of an issue that just wasn't addressed properly, and there's always a reason for dogs to bite. And again, I'm gonna have to make an assumption here. Because he was abused, that means there's fear. Fear is the number one reason dogs bite. Can you give me a little bit more detail on why you think he bit you? Because this way I can help guide you to help him. Because again, they're not born aggressive. I mean, yes, there are neurological disorders that can cause a problem. Only does it when he's sleeping. Okay, so one thing I always say, guys, let sleeping dogs lie. If you need to wake up a dog, do it from a distance, do it with a subtle sound, or better yet, a smell. For dogs that do react while they're sleeping, one thing I recommend is get a lavender type of spray and just spray it, because their nose will pick things up when they're asleep. It's a new smell being introduced, so they'll wake up more using their nose, which is their primary sense, and then they wake up. And once they're awake, it's no different than humans, guys. If you're a deep sleeper and somebody wakes you up in the middle of a deep sleep, we're right away on the defense because we're vulnerable. When dogs are sleeping, they're vulnerable. They're wild animals. They sleep in nature. So something's waking them up. It could be a threat. So what I do is I don't wake up dogs touching. If they're sleeping, I make a sound. I may snap my fingers. I don't want to startle them. I may, hey, wake up, very gentle. But I also do use the sense of smell to help me wake them up. There's one trainer I saw a video on that gets a can of wet food, and they only use it for this purpose, to put it by the dog's nose just to wake him up. Oh, what was that? To me, it's a little bit of a tease if you're not going to give him the food. But a little spray of lavender, which won't hurt the dog. It's a calming smell. It also helps calm things down. But don't wake a dog up by touch, even when they're having nightmares. Guys, I know so many people that do that. Dogs having nightmares and they try to wake them up by touch. Don't. Wake them up with smell is the best thing to wake them up with, but if not, subtle sounds, not bam, because that'll startle them. So if Fido, wake up. Fido, mommy's here, from a distance, and then give them a chance to wake up. This is hard when you have kids, by the way, but it's a vulnerability when they're sleeping. They feel like they have to protect themselves. So, definitely lavender is a good thing, guys. Keep it around. It's a great tool. I've used it. I've told people to use it. It's been a huge success. So I hope that helped. As far as Victoria with the Foster, please go to my YouTube channel. If you do go to my YouTube channel, folks, please subscribe to it. I need subscribers. I will post the link to my YouTube channel on the Facebook pages that I'm posting this on right now. This way it'll make it a little easier. So look in the comments. You'll see those posts out there. And for Fosters, it's how to introduce a dog to the home, I think is the name of it. For everybody, definitely go to the playlist, How to Leash Train My Dog in 5 Easy Steps. And they will definitely be able to help you out for 90% of your issues, I believe. With that being said, guys, if there is no other questions, we will watch your YouTube. Thank you. Want to give them the best home before their forever families. Absolutely. And Victoria, the biggest thing I could trust you is, one, thank you for doing the fostering, because it's such a huge, huge job and responsibility. I know you want to love them. I know you want to make them feel safe with calm confidence to get the control. Guide them by training them so they can get their forever home and not be returned to the rescues. I am so sick of reading on Facebook dogs being returned because they're not trained. So let the fostering take that step, set the clear rules, boundaries, and limitations, what we expect these dogs to do in their next part of their journey. And we guide them on this journey. They just want to follow us on this journey. It's a beautiful thing, guys. I don't know how to stress it any other way. If you need any help, Victoria, please, my contact information's up here. Don't be shy. Reach out to me if you have a question. I'd rather answer questions than let these dogs suffer. And like I said, I'll be up in New York for 2 weeks, starting on Saturday the 1st. If anybody is interested in a training session with me, one-on-one private, shoot me a question. However, I don't know how to. Right here. No, right here. Shoot me a question, a text at that phone number, or email me at info@back2basics dog training. I will be happy to set up while I'm up in New York and help you guys out. Or if you're interested in a Zoom training or whatever, just let me know. We're here to help, and we can definitely do that. So with that being said, guys, if there's no other questions, we're going to wrap it up for the week. This is, about the 45-minute mark. As always, thank you for inviting me into your homes each and every Saturday morning. I do appreciate it. It's an honor and a privilege to bring this to you. Like I said, next Saturday will be later in the afternoon. Keep an eye on my Facebook page, and remember Me Rescues Facebook page. I will get it out there once I'm there and I'm settled. I'll know what it is. I'll post it out a few hours beforehand to bring this to you. So with that being said, guys, again, thank you for inviting me into your homes each and every Saturday morning. I do truly I do appreciate you guys inviting me into your homes. With that being said, guys, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, God bless, and remember, together we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy your weekend, guys. We'll see you next Saturday.